Hello there, how are you? So for those of you who don't know me yet, my name is Anna Lundberg. I'm the founder of One Step Outside, where we help people around the world create a business and a lifestyle that brings them more freedom, flexibility and fulfillment. And I'm here in the Facebook group every Wednesday evening at 8 o'clock UK time, answering your questions really. So the first thing to say is if you do have any questions, do message me here directly. You can comment or you can message me privately. You can also email me at askanna@onestepoutside.com, askanna@onestepoutside.com, and I'd be really happy to take your questions. I'll either answer them very quickly for you, or I'd be happy to create a full video training or a resource or something for you. So that is why I'm here. I'm hoping to be of value for you, so I really appreciate you asking me questions, and I'll do my best to answer those for you. Now today I wanted to answer a question that's come in, or it came up actually in my group program, the One Step Outside, the 9 to 5, which was this: when I'm creating my vision, it's too fantastical. My dream is too unrealistic. So shouldn't I make my vision more realistic? And the answer is actually no, you should not. But let me explain that a little bit. We're talking here about a dream, a big picture vision for your life. We're not talking about short-term goals, and there's a distinction there. Because yes, in the short term, you need to have a mixture of some more ambitious and some more realistic goals. Firstly, because you need to actually feel like you're making progress. If you always set the bar too high, you'll always feel like you're sort of chasing that dream and you just never get there. So you do want, to stretch yourself a little bit, but you want them to be achievable targets in the short term. However, when we're talking about a dream, we're talking about that big picture, long term, long time horizon, and that makes almost anything possible. So yes, it may seem like it's unrealistic, but if you start breaking it down, if you give yourself 5 years, 10 years, 20 years to achieve it, don't you think that it could actually be possible? So I have a few tips for you here, more concretely. And the first thing to do is to try to move away from that black and white thinking. So often we tend to think, we're over here, this dark, dreary reality, it might not be so bad, but nonetheless, we're over here at the moment. And over here is this land of magic and unicorns and rainbows. And it's just so far away that we can't possibly even imagine taking that leap into this big dream over there. But instead of, as I said, reducing that level to here, instead of forgetting about that dream and the land of magic and rainbows and unicorns, I want you to keep that there. But to imagine all the nuances, all the versions of your life that exist between that, this place A and place B. And if you think, let's say, and I'm trying to picture this here for you, if you're just a little bit along here, that you're already going to be much better, much further along than you were here. So even if that were your end point, isn't that worth going for the big dream so that you end up better than you are today? And probably, to be honest, if you keep taking steps, you will eventually get there. So I have actually done a graphic for you. There's no opt-in or anything necessary. Just go to onestepoutside.com/small steps. onestepoutside.com/small steps, and it's just a little visualization of these 2 points that I'm now pointing at you, where you are today, where you want to get to. And so the first thing is to imagine that you don't have to think in these binary terms, I'm either here or there, or I either go for the massive impossible dream or I stay where I am, right? There are a lot of steps in between. So that's sort of the mindset piece. And the second concrete step is to take action. And I know it's scary. This is the whole concept of that one step outside the comfort zone. I know it's stressful. It can be, it can feel just really, again, unrealistic, difficult and so on to get out of that. But taking one step, however small, is the best way to build your confidence, to create momentum really, to make you even more committed to that goal. And actually one step will lead to another step and then you'll move forwards. Before you know it, you will have reached that land of unicorns after all. And there are two elements to this, as you'll see in the graphic if you take a look at that. So one is, what steps can I take towards that vision? And the second is, what elements can I bring back into my life already today? So the steps forward, I think, are relatively self-explanatory in terms of, okay, do I need to sign up to a course? Can I contact someone? Can I get a mentor? Can I start researching something? What are the ways in which I can take tentative steps that move me out of the situation I'm in and closer to this vision, whatever it is over here? And the second piece is bringing elements into your life today. So examples I often give, is if I want to live by the ocean, that seems massive, to buy a massive, beautiful mansion by the sea, and that's maybe not realistic today or tomorrow or next week. What I can do, however, is to take a day trip to the beach, to the coast this weekend, maybe even take a few days off, maybe even take a full week to go to some ocean destination. If I want to be a writer, what do you think I'm going to suggest you do? Write. So yes, I may not be able to be a best-selling successful author with 10 novels to my name and so on by next week, but I can certainly write in my diary. I can write blog posts. I can submit articles for publication. Some of these things, if they feel too far along, just start small. Start just writing. You don't have to share the writing with anyone. Just do the thing that you want to do. So don't think that you have to either have that perfect life over here or you stay stuck where you are. There are a lot of nuances on the scale between those two areas. So you want to be taking steps in that direction, and you also want to be bringing elements of that so-called dream life back into today. So I hope that makes sense. Again, the little graphic, if you want to see a better version than me just pointing at you, is at onestepoutside.com/small steps. I'd love to hear your comments. If you want to give me your specific example, we can try to break that down into terms of what steps you might be able to take and how you might be able to bring those elements into your life today. As ever, comments, questions, suggestions, very much welcome. And I look forward to seeing you again here next week. Wednesday, every week, 8 o'clock UK time here in the group. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.